Once upon a time, Kamal was a traveling merchant, famous for bringing exotic spices and rare silks to the bustling markets of Balmore. At first glance, he seemed a generous man, always smiling and offering samples to passers-by. Yet behind the scenes, Kamal had grown accustomed to bending the truth for personal gain. He would claim his spices were impossibly fresh, even if they'd sat in his warehouse for months. He would remark that his silks were woven with sacred golden threads, though they came from an ordinary loom. Over time, it became second nature to gild every transaction with exaggerations and half-truths. One day, Kamal arrived in a far-off town that desperately needed certain medicinal herbs he happened to carry. A local healer named Teima approached him, explaining how these precious leaves could save a dying villager. Recognizing her desperation, Kamal inflated the price beyond anything he had ever charged. Teima hesitated, pleading for mercy, but Kamal insisted, weaving tales about how dangerous it had been to acquire the herbs, how rare they were, and how no one else would dare bring them there. Feeling she had no choice, Teima agreed to his steep terms. The healer saved the villager, but the townspeople soon learned how Kamal had exploited their misfortune. Though he made a tidy profit, Kamal found no joy in it. Everywhere he went, whispers followed, "He's the merchant who preys on desperation." Some townsfolk refused to trade with him. Others hurled insults or slammed their doors in his face. His once thriving business dwindled. At first, Kamal blamed the townspeople for being narrow-minded, but eventually, he faced the truth: his reputation was tarnished by his own actions. In a quiet moment of reflection, Kamal remembered his father's words from long ago: "Wealth can be lost and regained, but trust, once shattered, is difficult to mend." Taking these words to heart, Kamal began a slow but earnest journey toward redemption. He adjusted his prices to be fair, admitted when his goods had aged, and stopped weaving false legends around his wares. It wasn't an overnight change, nor was he forgiven immediately. Yet, day by day, people began to notice the sincerity in his voice. The same healer he had once exploited even approached him for supplies and found him truly changed. Over the years, Kamal rebuilt his standing. His renewed commitment to honesty drew loyal customers who spread word of his reliability. Although the path of truth was more challenging at times, no quick profits from outlandish tales, he found a deeper sense of peace. By lifting the burden of deceit, he finally traveled light, free from the weight of his own falsehoods. So the moral of story is honesty paves the way for genuine trust and lasting relationships. Deceit may promise short-term gains, but it eventually costs you credibility, and the respect and goodwill of others. By embracing truthfulness, you unburden your conscience and open the door to real, enduring success.